Welcome to the Rebirth of Africa Movement channel. I am the Rebirth Apostle. Welcome to the Rebirth of Africa Movement channel, where we believe that the 21st century is an African century. What happened to us? What happened to Ubuntu? The belief that I am because we are. A time when elders protected children, when neighbors looked after each other, when humanity mattered more than greed, violence, and survival. Today, many people walk past suffering like it is normal. Violence happens in broad daylight. Children are exposed to crime before they even understand life. Families are destroyed overnight, and slowly society is becoming numb. If morals collapsed in Africa and in South Africa. Today we are going to look at disturbing clips that raise difficult questions about who we are becoming as a society. The first clip is an 11-second CCTV clip. It allegedly shows unknown assailants assaulting a person in broad daylight in Johannesburg. People move around, life continues, yet violence unfolds openly. Let us watch.
Okay.
Years ago, criminals feared communities. Today, many criminals act boldly in public. Why? Because fear of consequences is fading. People are becoming desensitized to violence. Some are too afraid to intervene. Others simply continue walking. Ubuntu taught us that another person's pain is our pain, but now many people survive by minding only their business. Let's look at the second clip. The second clip is a 1 minute and 12-second news report from ETV. It reports on the killing of 7 family members in Durban, an entire family wiped out. Let's watch.
Robbed, kidnapped and murdered. That's the fate that befell 7 members of the same family in the tiny rural settlement of Newark in KwaZulu-Natal this week. 3 suspects are in custody, and police say that those suspects broke into the family's home on Tuesday night, tied them up and robbed them. They then loaded the 4 women and 3 men aged between 20 and 80 into one of their vehicles and drove them nearly 200 kilometers to Milner. 3 of the relatives were shot, while 4 others were stabbed to death. One of the women was also raped twice. Their bodies were found dumped in a veld in the area, and their families are calling for swift justice.
What's happened is happened. We cannot change that. I would think our justice system needs to apprehend these guys and come to some conclusion quickly. You know, it doesn't take 2 years to solve a case like this. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you look at the places, other places, the things are solved very, very quickly. You know, it just takes too long to convict somebody.
When an entire family is murdered, society must ask serious questions. What creates this level of brutality? Poverty, greedy, broken homes, drug abuse, loss of spirituality, failure of leadership, or has human life simply lost value? In many African cultures, family was sacred, communities protected one another. Now headlines about mass killings shock us for a moment, then disappear by tomorrow. That numbness is dangerous. Let us look at clip 3. The third clip is a 52-second CCTV video. It reportedly shows a woman believed to be Zimbabwean shot in public, again in full view of society. Let's watch. Public violence is becoming disturbingly common. People are attacked in streets, shops, taxis, and neighborhoods. Fear is growing, trust is disappearing, and when violence becomes normal to watch online every day, society loses empathy. Ubuntu cannot survive when human life is treated cheaply. Let's go to the fourth clip. The final clip is a 1 minute 30 seconds long. It allegedly shows a pregnant woman sending small children to steal. Let's watch. This clip is painful for a different reason. It shows how moral decay can begin early. Children learn habits from adults. If adults normalize crime, children may grow believing survival is more important than integrity. But we must also ask, what conditions push people into this behavior? Is it unemployment, hunger, broken systems, absent parents, communities collapsing? Still, when children are introduced to crime at a young age, the cycle continues into the next generation. These clips are different, but they point to one painful reality. Something is breaking inside society. Ubuntu is fading, compassion is fading, respect for life is fading, many people are angry, many are desperate, many feel abandoned. But a society cannot survive when violence becomes entertainment, when crime becomes normal, and when people stop caring for one another. Africa once prided itself on community, humanity, and collective responsibility. If those values disappear completely, what will remain? Maybe the biggest question is not what is wrong with criminals, but rather what is happening to society that creates this environment. Can Ubuntu be restored? Can communities rebuild trust? Can families rebuild values? Can Africa rediscover its humanity? Or are we watching the slow normalization of chaos? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Has Ubuntu disappeared, or can it still be saved? If you found this video meaningful, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay safe and never lose your humanity. Goodbye.